Good afternoon. Come on in and let me know if you're around, if you're on the live. I'd love it if you'd pop in and let me know where you're joining me from and how you're doing today. And if you're on the replay, drop me a little hashtag replay. Let me know that you caught this and what you think of the cards and the tapping and how EFT feels for you. And if you're thinking, what's she on about? Then you might well be new here and you're really welcome if you are. Pop new in the comments. I've got a fantastic free guide for you all about how to get calm in 7 steps. And if you are a coach, a healer, a wellness professional, I also have a free guide for you about the 6 ways your clients might be getting stuck and how to fix it. So put calm for the first one and put clients for the second one. And I will whiz that over to you as soon as possible. Excuse me. So welcome to the Daily Tap. This is the way that I show as many people as possible how to do emotional freedom technique in a very light-hearted, affirmational way. So this is not how I would do clinical or therapeutic EFT, but we are using the same acupressure points. So it will be the same process in your body to a point, and you can get a feel for what it's like, what it feels like, and how you feel afterwards. So in order to do this, we use cards. We pull a card and we get the message. Now, don't freak out if you're not into cards. Don't worry about it. We're not summoning the devil. But today I'm using the Fairy Forest Oracle by Lucy Cavendish. I love this deck. When my hair used to be red, I used to channel my inner fairy forest. Now it's somewhat blonder. It's not quite the same, but it's still a beautiful deck nonetheless. So we're going to have a look and just see, get something to focus on, basically. So what do we need to know today for our greatest and highest good? And if you do love your cards, then this is one of my many, thank you, one of my many oracle decks. Oh, I'm loving that. Okay, this is the Wizard. So it's number 15, and it's the Rune King, the Wise One, or the Counselor. He really is a bit old, isn't he? Look at that. So let's have a look in the guidebook as to what it says. And then we'll do some tapping based on what comes through. Now, what I'm going to invite you to do to make this a little more experiential is tune in to how you feel in your body when I'm saying what I'm saying, when I'm giving you the message, and just notice how you feel. You'll either have a pulling towards resonant energy with the message, or you'll have a pulling away from kind of, no, that doesn't resonate for me or with me message. And either way is fine. It will always tell you something. So it says the wizard is out and proud about their beliefs and revels in the public use of knowledge. This is a card that can turn up when one has embraced their spiritual journey. This is the second message I've had like this in the third actually, in the last 2 days. So I'm listening. When one's embraced their spiritual journey and your joy in embracing your true self is evident. There will also be recognition, sometimes very favorable indeed. You are beginning to do what you once only dreamed of doing, becoming who you once dreamed of being. Your aura is charged with healing green light. Your eyes shine with love and confidence, and your beauty is that of the inner natural divine, self-expressed outwardly. You are living your intuitive life outwardly in the world, fearlessly, powerfully, magically, and thus you are transforming and healing the world, as well as providing a loving example of a wise one. Hi there, whoever's just joined, or a wizard, to all who encounter you. No longer do you fear rejection from friends or family as you embrace your spiritual and personal path. This is not imaginary. There is nothing alien or bizarre about being intuitive and living magically, reconnecting with your power. Others may not understand what you speak of at this time. Do not allow their limited vision to dictate who you become in this world. Let that land. You will soon be asked for your guidance, so offer it because you are able to help. It's a really big message, a really big one. And before we tap this in or tap on this, I want to say something that's coming up. So what am I trying to say? If you feel drawn towards this kind of work, towards helping, coaching, healing, therapy, whatever it is, some sort of transformational or therapeutic business, if you like, listen to that, because I stayed in working for other people. Granted, it was a fantastic company. They were fantastic companies that I've worked in, fantastic jobs, lovely people. And I stayed for a very long time because of that. Even when something was pulling at my coattails, right? Excuse me. And it was my desire and my calling to be a helper, to help people. And the one thing that got in my way was my lack of belief that I could do it, that I could, help people in that way, to make something of it, and to do it in a way that was impactful, right? And I'm here to tell you that you absolutely can. And I've just made a connection. So back in my corporate days, there was a chap, Larry, if you're watching, kudos to you, my friend, because you were the catalyst. And he lovingly said to me one day when we were having dinner, he said, when are you going to stop playing at this? Or some words to that effect. When are you going to stop playing at this and actually take it seriously and go and do something with these skills? Because they're wasted in what you're doing now. And that's no reflection on the company or the job. It's just, it was nothing to do with what my calling was, right? So thank you, Larry. You were my wise one. If you've got an inner voice that's telling you that you want to follow this path of helping, of healing, of coaching, of whatever it is with people, then give yourself the opportunity to at least find out if it's for you. So the reason I'm saying it is because my trauma sensitive somatic EFT practitioner cert starts again on Wednesday of this week. And this time I've put 6 weeks of trauma training at the front of it so that you are fully aware, fully capable, fully trauma informed, and fully able to work in a sensitive way to minimize re-traumatization in anyone you work with. And you don't have to want to work directly with trauma to want to do it, because trauma comes up regardless, whether we're thinking about it or not, right? Is the basically the upshot of it. And I would love it if you fancied joining us. And if it's the case that you are called, but you're holding yourself back because you don't believe that you can do it, that you can make it work, that it's not something that you could possibly achieve, you absolutely can, because I'm living proof that you can do it. Okay, so we're going to tap on this and let's see. So tune into that inner wise one and your belief that that is you. How much do you align with that? Right? How true does it feel? And let's just have a little tap and see how you feel afterwards. So take 2 fingers in full responsibility for your own well-being. And we're going to start on the inner eyebrow point right there. You might want to get your hair out your face like I do. Okay. I am beginning to do what I once only dreamed of. And if you're not yet, then lean into how good it would feel if that were true, right? Outside of the eye, of becoming who I once dreamed of being. Under the eye, I'm choosing to live my intuitive life. Under the nose, outwardly in the world. Chin, fearlessly, powerfully, and magically. Collarbones, so it's inevitable that I am transforming and healing the world. Under the arm, as well as providing a loving example of a wise one. Top of the head, to all who encounter me. Lean into this if there's any resistance. Just breathe into it. Eyebrow. I'm trying to find a way to release the fear of rejection. Outside of the eye, as I embrace my spiritual and personal path. Under the eye, it's not imaginary or bizarre. Under the nose, to reconnect with my power. On the chin, and even when others don't understand what I'm talking about. Collarbones, I will not allow their limited vision to dictate who I become. Under the arm, I recognize that I may soon be asked for help. Top of the head, and I choose to offer it because I can. All right, come to a stop. Take a nice deep breath. So, how are you feeling now about doing it? Don't get me wrong, 2 rounds of affirmational based tapping might not get to the bottom of the issue as to why you're not following your dream or this calling or feeling willing to get into it. But it's a start, right? So if you ask yourself, where is the resistance to being the wise one, to being the helper, and start there, right? And a really good tip is to journal about it and then choose your favorite tapping point, like the side of your hand or the collarbones, and just read it out while you're tapping. Okay. And you will get somewhere. Now, if you are interested in training in fully in EFT, including my evolved energetics protocols, which are my own methods of doing stuff, then you've got a couple of days. In fact, if you didn't want to do the trauma training live, you can do that on replay and you can join in a couple of weeks. But I urge you to get on it because I like to keep numbers for intakes relatively small, and 6 people have jumped in already. So if you want a space, today might be the day. I will drop a link in the comments below for you to book a time to chat with me about it and see if it's a fit, because it's not just a thing where you can sign up and join. I just want to make sure it's a right fit for you. And I would love to take you on the journey of becoming the wise one and knowing that that is true. Okay. So whatever it is you're doing today, have a great one. Please make sure that in fair exchange for this free tap that I've been doing for nearly 10 years, you've liked, commented, shared, subscribed, and get it into the hands of somebody else that it might help today. Thank you so much for